Hi, welcome to another edition of Nerd Talk.
I'm Keenan.
I'm Adam. Today we're talking about the Wolverine villain, the announcement of the new Wolverine villain.
In the very last
Wolverine movie with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
They have made Mister Sinister. Now, I particularly don't like the idea of them having Mister Sinister as a Wolverine villain. I think he would have made a better, for just the 90s X-Men Origins sequel that comes after this last one we had with
Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Apocalypse.
But I
it's
actually
like the same thing.
I feel it should have been more of a character he would go one-on-one with, or scared to. I mean, this is essentially Old Man Logan, essentially a road trip, but it is his last movie. He needs to go against
His greatest rival or something.
Maybe his greatest rivals. I think if we had a plethora, if we had multiple villains, I would choose Omega Red and Cyber. Omega Red, a lot of fans have actually wanted Omega Red to be the villain because he is the Russian, he's basically the Russian Wolverine.
Yeah.
And also, I think Cyber would have made a great villain, especially because in the comics, Cyber was the only character that Wolverine was scared of.
Doesn't Omega Red and Wolverine have like a rival or a history? They fought in a bunch of times in the comics. And
Omega Red and Wolverine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, see that.
And Cyber, because
that would fit perfectly with what I'm talking about with the dramatic and
it was said in the comics that the only person that Wolverine's really scared of is Cyber, which is why it would have been a good send-off for him to fight.
Yeah, that's the
to give comic book fans a sense of, here you go. Here's his last outing. Here's what some people have wanted, and it would obviously end with the culmination of introducing Daken.
Yeah, and that is like that's what I want as in like this is the last Wolverine movie, assuming they don't recast Wolverine, they freaking shouldn't. Alright, this is the last Wolverine movie, so we hand you Daken. Here's the introduction of Daken. Now that being said, the villain to me should be Romulus, who I believe is the guy who rips Daken out of his dying mother's womb and raises Daken to hate Wolverine. And then he should fight Romulus, and at the end, upon defeating Romulus, because every movie ends up that way, he defeats Romulus, thinks everything's okay, but then bam, walks in Daken, and he's like, "Fuck you, father," and then.
But this is Old Man Logan, and.
Yeah, Old Man Logan takes place. I think
Daken would be already here. Daken would already be aged.
Yeah, but this is a alternate universe. They're doing a lot of things out of order.
Which means you don't need Romulus.
Well, yeah, but they need Daken. That's all I like. Wolverine went to Japan and slept with that chick and had Daken, or he didn't just sleep with her like he did in the movie. He actually hooked up with her like they were together and shit.
Married.
Yeah, I didn't want to say married. I didn't know if they got married. Anyways, that was in 1947, shortly after the war. So that would be the first Wolverine movie. But then all the timeline's different, so that leaves anything possible.
So that's our thoughts on the Wolverine villain and who it should have been. Don't think Mister Sinister was the right choice to be added to this movie. Think he should have been an X-Men group exclusive and not a solo Wolverine movie. And that's my take.
My take is just Romulus, or it'd be better if it was just straight up Daken. Hi, father, I exist. I hate you. Fight. And that's my take.
But they suck. But it's like a road trip.
He shows up. Okay, so it only makes sense for him to show. It really only makes sense for Daken to show up at the end of said road trip. Yeah. But yeah, that's our take on this subject right here.